Hello, and welcome to Coping with Donald. I'm Phil, and I know I wasn't going to make another video before I leave on my trip, but I am. It's Wednesday night. It's June 11th, 2025. We'll do the Donald thing, and then we'll do a couple other little things. Heck, let's do one of them first. You are looking at, look in the upper corner, two $50 Florida lotto tickets that didn't win. I didn't buy these. I was on my walk tonight and I saw them on the road. I guess, I think the people that buy these can't wait to get home to scratch them off. So they kind of I think they're driving with their feet and they're probably scratching at the same time, And then with, I'm sure, some very colorful language, they discard the cards on the side of the road. Now, you also have to really kind of pay attention to the numbers, it's very easy to have a winning card of some degree and not realize it. But this guy probably realized it. He didn't even scratch off the part that has the prizes. This guy's a pro. He just went right for the numbers. He doesn't care if there's a prize underneath. Me, it's especially for $50, I would first scratch off the prizes. Ooh, there's $1 million one right there. Then I would scratch off the winning numbers. And then I would scratch off the one that says 1 million. Oh, it didn't match, Drag it out. Get my $50 worth. This guy didn't even get home. So that was $100. Now, how desperate do you have to be, really, to buy these tickets? The minimum winning prize is $100. That's the minimum winner when you win. And the ticket costs $50. And your odds of winning are 1 out of 4.23, a little worse than 1 out of 4. Probably about, your odds of winning, having a card that wins anything, is about 22% or so. So, how desperate do you have to be to buy two of these cards? Because most of the winners are going to be 100. Alright? And there's no free games. At least put in some free games. Okay? You can get another card. It doesn't even increase the total amount that you're going to pay out with these cards. Let's put in some free games. Anyhow, again, how desperate do you have to be? I wouldn't spend $100 on 2 cards. No. I would probably buy 5 cards. And I know that's $250 that you could lose, and even if you get a $100 winner, that means you're still down $150, which is more than if you just bought the 2 tickets and lost. I realize that. But it's just something in my brain. I don't know how to explain it. Okay, the next thing is, really quickly, for those of you who do not live in Florida, and I was talking about this with a neighbor tonight, we have this bug in Florida. It's a very interesting bug, okay? It's as if it's really almost invisible. Almost. You can see them, but they're almost invisible. And they swarm. The interesting thing about this bug is that they travel and set up camp usually in a 2 by 2 by 2 cubed foot box, an invisible box, like a mime drew the box, and all the bugs go in there. And if you're unlucky enough to be walking like I do, and all of a sudden you go into that box, they usually have it at the level of your head. Before you know it, they're up your nose, in your eyes, And when you get home, they're all stuck to your head. As my neighbor said, she has to wash her hair when she gets home. I don't have that. But I will have bugs, all over, dead bugs, all over my head. They're very small, again. And they swarm like that. I don't know how long they live, but, like, was it really necessary for Noah to put them on the ark? I don't think so. But anyway, that's one of the bug problems that we have in Florida. Now, to Donald, and then we go. One thing I wanted to bring up was, and people are making an issue of it, and I was wondering when they were going to do this, but they keep talking about these 59 people from South Africa, some of whom are minors, and they're going to set them up on their own farms. The government's going to give them money. Excuse me. And then they're going to get some help from outside groups, especially outside South Africans or something. Afrikaners. We have farms in trouble left and right. And we keep hearing these stories about farmers not having anyone to pick the crops and going broke. Farms that have been in the family for 300 years. Republicans used to always fight for the farmers. I remember they would always say, why do we have an inheritance tax? It's tough for farmers to keep their farms in the family if they inherited that. Now they're losing farms left and right, and no one cares. I hate hypocrisy. I really do. So anyway, the chances of these Afrikaners, who, by the way, the white Afrikaners, South Afrikaners, own like 96% of the land, even though they represent 10% of the population. They also keep saying that they're being murdered. Now, I don't know over what time span, but one news outlet had the statistic of 7 white farmers being murdered. I would like to take that time frame and compare it to, let's say it was 2 years. Any 2 years in the United States, how many black people are killed by police? I bet it's more than 7. Finally, the budget deal with China. It's not a deal yet, it's a framework. Okay? It is a framework, which I guess you have to go to before deal. I hate that word now. I'll forever hate the word deal because of art of the deal and let's make a deal. And the misuse of the word deal. Bargaining chip, those words, you know. Anyway, in the deal that the framework's being made for, we still don't have the framework for the president's health care plan, but be that as it may. In this framework of a deal, China will let the United States give them access to minerals that they can buy, certain minerals and materials. The United States will send certain electronics, et cetera, and semiconductors and things like that to China. Okay, I guess that's good for everyone. And China will have a 10% tariff on American goods coming into China, which gives American Chinese consumers, really the ability to be able to afford more American products, and American products can be shipped there. But Trump said something about 50% tariffs on China. Hey, we get to slap 50% tariffs on China, and they're only going to retaliate with 10% on the U.S. That's still price increases of 50% on Chinese goods that you are going to pay. And Trump frames this as a win. A win would be 10% tariffs and 10% tariffs. Oh, it's a win, I guess, for American businesses who are going to raise their prices now because they have that leeway to do so, being that the Chinese are going to have all these tariffs on their products. But you lose. You lose. It's that simple. And Trump's going around, what a great deal. He ordered the deal. We showed them. We showed them. We put America first. America first. He didn't put you first. I guarantee you he did not put you first on that. You are not first. Okay? So, America, you're going to have to enjoy your higher tariffs and your Florida bugs. I don't think I'm going to go out and spend $50 on a lottery ticket. That's a... Can you imagine? One day, will they get up to like $200? Oh my God. You know, there still are a lot of people who work half a day for $50. Wow. I like the orange color, though. The name of the game is 500 times the cash. Actually, it's 500x the cash. 500 times 0 is still 0. Tariffs are going to increase prices of Chinese goods 50%, so be careful with your Temu. Be careful with anything that you're ordering from China. Okay? And I guess places like Walmart and Target, etc., and small businesses are still going to have to pay those tariffs. So they're going to have to look elsewhere for the products. See, I don't think China really needs us to buy anything from them anymore. I think they're going to be selling it in other places that don't have tariffs. So, this has been Market Unfiltered. I'm Phil. You guys have a nice day.